Now, Giovanni sang until he had breath. I know that because I was there. His technique was, he would tell me, don't think about the throat, never mention the throat. He never mentioned the vocal cords. A few times he mentioned, he said, those are there to do their job, but don't worry about them. They do whatever the body tells them to do. You know, he never made me worry about that. He always said, project out, and diaphragm, breathe in.
The breathing is very important.
The breathing.
And I think young singers today don't get those breathing instructions like they did before.
Yeah, I realized, I don't know.
Breathing is everything.
See, I went to Franco Corelli, as you know, before Giovanni. Franco Corelli recommended Giovanni when he couldn't do anymore, to go to Giovanni.
Okay.
He said, go to this great man, and also Arthur McManus. I think I mentioned that before. But with Giovanni I felt comfortable. And breathing was what he taught me. And I developed these muscles here, so strong. Even now, I have strong muscles. I can keep somebody standing on my stomach. I may be on the floor.
So that's great.
And I can talk and sing without this going down. And Giovanni would show me pushing with his stomach. He couldn't even stand up. He would push the piano with this stomach to teach me how to do it.
Yes, because the breath is so important, and also the the mask. He taught you stay up there, and he had a funny technique. I felt when I first knew him, because he'd walk around. Well, I first with him, he would walk around the house. If he had a performance, he would sing like bass.
Yeah.
And he'd walk, and I go, why are you? The first time I said, why are you concentrating on that low register for? He said, if I could do this, I could do the top.
Yeah.
And that was like, everybody has what works for them.
Yeah.
But I also thought that was interesting, because I studied voice too years back, but I never heard anything like that.
He had a huge voice on the
Well, he
bottom.
had a barrel chest, you know, too.
My God.
He could really hold the
What a
notes,
voice.
But,
And I know Barioni was friend with you and him.
yes.
He was a very funny guy, Barioni.
He was.
He still sings.
God bless him. Yeah, well, he had a strange personality. And he was very fussy about things, but he had beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice. But yeah, he really liked Giovanni. He trusted Giovanni. He would show up at, just show up. The doorman would call and say, there's somebody here to see you, and we're not expecting anybody. And then he'd pull the phone away from the doorman and say, Sonio, and then he'd come up. And he dressed funny. He used to dress strange at times, but he laughed about it. And I remember one time, I don't know, well, anyway, there was an experience that we won't, but no, he knew. He was at the airport, and he was having problems there because of the way he was, I guess he looked kind of strange, or I wouldn't say that, but maybe suspicious.
In those days.
Suspicious, big hat and whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, they stopped him?
No, Giovanni had to go to the airport and identify him. And so he did that, but no, he sang for us. Giovanni engaged him to sing when Giovanni had the opera company in Hackensack. Opera Classics, when Giovanni took over the company, became the director. And many of the singers that he sang came because of Giovanni. They figured they'd come across the river. They sang for, some of them just sang for Union Scale because they enjoyed being with Giovanni and wanted to do him a favor, and that's how we built even Stanford. He was artistic director of Stanford State Opera for quite a time, and he was able to get the Metropolitan Opera singers and good singers to come there. Some of them came, they didn't even want any money because there was an Italian restaurant, which I'm not sure if it's still there, I don't even remember the name. They had great food, and they made the great spaghetti, like aglio olio, olive oil, and salads or whatever, but that spaghetti was something out of this world. And I remember when he called Justino Diaz, great bass, and he said, will you sing for us? And he sung before, and he sang before there, and he said, I'll do it if you take me to the Italian restaurant. So after every performance, my husband treated the whole cast
At the restaurant.
At the restaurant, and some friends of ours, and that went on after every performance.
My God. Wow.
You know, he didn't
Very
care.
generous.
He wanted to have a good time.